feel underprepared. And I know I'm not. I have a whole set of notes and everything like that there, but I got to tell you, it's just I don't know. For whatever reason, I feel underprepared. But what's good, people? It's Krème Patisserie. It's a great British Bake Off podcast. It's hosted by me, the Internet Sarah 713, and hosted by her, the Nick Jew.
Riding in my GMX with a leader, baker, and a tape deck.
It has become Christmas music at this point.
Right.
Because I have been listening. Because I have not. I played my Christmas playlist just a little bit the other day, but I was right back into Kendrick music, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good time for you to have released this album, sir. You have really taken over my consumption of music.
I have not listened to the Temptations Silent Night, Love at Christmas, or last Christmas, or this Christmas, because I've been listening to GNX. Why would you do this to us?
It is insane how much I listen to the album. And I mean, in the end, not just, I'm going to go listen to this. No, from the beginning to the end and back again.
Every time. And there are songs that I don't love, but I refuse to skip them. I just can't skip anything yet.
I feel like, because at first everybody's like, I can't really get down with GNX. And I'm like, y'all, why? Because I love that song.
I get GNX. It was Peekaboo, GNX, and the other one. It's like 3 songs on there that really make my auntie jump out. Hey Now, but
Man.
now I'm Peekaboo Hive.
It's too good. we'll leave you with that.
I'm going to the concert on my birthday in Los Angeles.
Official.
Now I have to go back and start over from Overly Dedicated. And I got to listen to all the SZA's projects because I love her. But it's been a while since I listened to SOS. That was like my most played album last year.
Nice. Well, you're about to get a deluxe edition of that, so that'll be nice.
Yeah.
So you can begin there and just go and have that. But
I think I feel underprepared because I only watched this one time. But I was like, there's no reason to watch this one 3 times.
Watched it twice, meaning the one time me and Vanessa watched it, and I definitely fell asleep. And it's no disrespect to it. It was just my whole schedule been chaos, y'all. My baby boy turned 21 the other day, and it's been a lot. And my youngest done had like 2 concerts and has another one. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
So
that time of the year.
Yeah, for sure. So I watched it. This one got a two time this time, and for whatever. And when I went and hacked out a bunch of stuff out of it for us to look at. But this, of course, is the Great American Baking Show's Celebrity Holiday Special 2024. And you know what that means? We got Casey and Zach back in the building.
Yes.
And I love them. They're fun.
Yes.
But just as I've been doing with Bake Off, I might as well give you this intro because I thought that it was a pretty fun intro.
It was.
And there you go. I went and got it, and then it was said it was too big, so then I had to go put it through a service to make it a smaller video. But here it is, people. The intro to this this year's holiday situation. Enjoy.
In honor of the Great American Baking Show Holiday Special,
here is a list of 3 of the most unusual holiday traditions from around the world. The Swiss celebrate the new year by dropping ice cream on the ground to ensure good luck. Like so.
What? No, Zach, I'm not dropping perfectly good ice cream on the ground.
Okay, well then you'll have bad luck all year.
What? You happy?
Oh no, now that I see it, that was perfectly good ice cream.
Number 2, Germany's Christmas pickle. Whoever finds the pickle ornament from inside the tree gets an extra gift.
Ah, that was easy.
Here's your gift.
Another pickle.
Yeah.
Yay. And now for the weirdest tradition of all.
5 American celebrities descend upon one tent in the English countryside to compete in a festive baking challenge.
Welcome to the Great American Baking Show!
You seem annoyed I got you 2 pickles.
Well, it just feels like it was a 2-for-1 deal.
It was 2 for $2.
Okay.
I love him so much. Her too. When she threw her face when she threw that ice cream, like it had doodle on it. She was like, ah.
He said it was just dumb enough to really amuse me, and I was like, okay, I get down with that. That was fun. And I like them, and like I said, I'll be excited when they come back around here for season 3 of the Great American Baking Show. So that'll be fun. In the tent this year, We have Anthony Anderson, Loni Love, Susie Essman, who me and Nick you both had to go look up. It turns out she's from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Rob Riggle, who I've seen in a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. And Vanessa Bayer, who I kind of knew from Saturday Night Live, but I definitely know her from other gigs around other
She
TV
was
shows
also,
and stuff.
that guy for me.
Yeah. So that's what's been calculating with that, y'all. We have a new segment. We do it every time we do this. It's called Bakers Make the World Go Round. It's gonna be funny because I'm gonna play you Bakers Make the World Go Round video, and then I'm gonna play you another video. But that's just how the news is gonna go this week. Because I really wasn't trying to dig for no news in my holiday show. You feel me?
Right.
So here, get this one. Bakers make the world go round. And so we was talking about girl falling off that damn bench. Well, she was on, and I can't think of the name of the dang the station. What the UK here? We're gonna type in the UK's hip hop station because I guess they have one.
Oh, like their radio?
Yeah, and she did an interview. And I want to give them credit because this is from their TikTok. What is it called? Capital Extra.
Okay.
And Allison did a little interview with them, and it came up in my TikTok. Matter of fact, think right now. So what happened? A video popped up where a lady said, "Yo, I go hard for Nelly," and I was like, "Okay, like that video." And that was it. It was the floodgates open, and TikTok just started serving me nothing but Bake Off, and I mean nothing but Bake Off. So then this popped up, and I was like, "This is good. This is how my algorithm should be." So I got this, and this will be your Bakers Make the World Go Round for the week. Allison just discussing busting her ass on the most recent season of Bake Off.
I've never experienced such shame like it, and I just wanted to disappear. I wanted the ground to eat me up. I was like, leave me in my pit of shame.
I'm going to ask you about Bake Off. We can't not ask you about British Bake Off.
On your marks, get set, bye.
We saw you, Alison, fall off the Bake Off bench. Okay? It was hilarious. And it's pure Alison Hammond gold. It's just, we love you for it.
I think that day I was just showing off, and I think I told all the cameras, watch me, I'm going to show you my leg kick. I got quite a good leg kick. And when I leant back, there was no bench, and then my body kept going. And then all I can remember kicking into is I used to be able to do cartwheels. So I caught myself by doing a cartwheel and went off the bench. But the shame of being in that moment, having all those cameras after I told everyone to watch me show off, I've never experienced such shame like it. And I just wanted to disappear. That was one of those moments. I wanted the ground to eat me up. I was like, leave me in my pit of shame.
I love her so much. And them glasses was stunting.
I love them glasses.
Hell
It's funny
yeah.
to me that people say that they cannot differentiate races with that accent. And if I close my eyes, I swear I would know that those were some black people talking.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like, my Siri voice is the black dude from the UK. And people are like, how do you know he's a black dude? I'm like, because.
Just trust it. Just trust it.
Yeah.
That's from a Capital Extra. It's let me give you some call numbers here. It's FM 96.9 in South London, FM 107.1 in North London, DAB 12A in Scotland, and DAB 11D in Wales,
Oh,
and apparently Northern Ireland. Just in case you want to tune in, and if you're in that part of the world,
right.
You know?
Tune in.
Isn't it? It's Bake Off. It's Bake Off. It's Celebrity Bake Off, but it's a Celebrity Bake Off in America. It's like two layers removed from where I wanted to be at.
Yeah.
I'm okay with everybody's on it. I feel like Anthony Anderson did something I need to be worried about, but I don't want to go digging.
He's got some allegations.
Okay, we'll go with that. Allegations, and I'll leave it be at that point. So I'm not like, I'm not jumping like, yo, these actors, these people, I want to see do it, but it's fun. It's still
a good time.
Yeah, it's still Bake Off that you know and love, and it's Dame Prue and Paul, and I like that a lot. And so, I mean,
her name was hilarious. A younger lady.
Vanessa?
Yes, I didn't realize how funny she was. She had me like screaming, laughing.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, nobody is gonna beat Phoebe and Paul solving racism. It's funny.
And for what will allow for that humor. Set it off, lady. Do it.
Yes, the signature challenge is holiday roll cakes. The flavor and filling of the sponge are up to the bakers, but they should bring out the essence of the holidays. It also has to feature a nice visible roll. They have 2 hours and 15 minutes.
It's only 5 bakers in the tent, y'all. This is gonna go by in a blink, okay? So just take that in. Enjoy it while it's here. Vanessa, Miss Bayer, is going for a coconut bar roll cake. It's a coconut syrup soaked sponge filled with a mascarpone filling, coated in dark chocolate, and then desiccated coconut sprinkled all over. Now you don't fuck with coconut at all, right?
No.
Okay. It looked okay to me. I don't think I appreciate desiccated coconut is that finer shaved coconut, and I think I would just rather have had I don't know what the other level of coconut the one up from there is. You know, the coconut you get in the bag.
There's a small caveat. I have had a bag of toasted coconut that was sweetened, and I can't find the stuff anywhere. It's like very thinly shaved coconut.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And there's chunks of coconut also coated in a gang of sugar that I love, but it's the coconut without. It's like it feels like a sweater in my mouth.
Yeah, see, that's what she was using, and I'm talking about.
Like
I think, and I'm typing as you can hear. I think it's just coconut shavings is what I'm talking about. Yeah, shredded, sweetened coconut is what I would have enjoyed on there, and what I like on a nice little coconut cake. Where she went for the desiccated kind, which is just like Nick said, it's got a textural situation that I'm not appreciative of.
Yeah.
So, no, not knocking her for it, but I'm just saying maybe choices, people, choices.
Like
Susie,
if you eat German chocolate cake, why you gotta chew it for 3 business days?
well, that is shredded coconut. That's not desiccated. You leave Mr. German alone. He knew what he liked. Susie's going for a carrot roll cake. It's going to use a gluten-free sponge that made Paul literally turn and walk away.
He was so mad.
Vanessa has twice in recent days come home with these gluten-free items. Just trying some stuff out of these, trying to be better about doing stuff locally.
Yeah.
And they have both been so bad.
That sucks too, because them things be expensive as hell.
Yes, factual. So I'm like, baby, we can't support the gluten-free spots because we ain't gluten-free and
put the gluten back in there.
Give me my gluten. And who would have knew that the lack of gluten would be what the issue is? Because man, it really is transformative what these things taste
And I've
like.
had some really tasty, good gluten-free baked goods. Like a lot. I used to buy this gluten-free bread online. It was like a gluten-free sourdough. It was incredible.
Can't call it. What was she going with this? Oh, it's a gluten-free sponge, but it's of course filled with cream cheese, which will cover any manner of sin. Top with these carrot spirals, and then she's gonna fill those with the little cream cheese rosettes. The ideal seems sound to me. Anthony's going, and I love how Prue calls him Anthony.
Yes.
Is going for a sweet potato cake roll. It's going to be filled with cream cheese again, but decorated with a bunch of candy pecans. And they kept saying pecans, and my granddaddy would probably be rolling his grave if he heard that. It's pecans from down south, y'all. But depending on where you're from down south, you go to the right part of down south, they gonna call it pecans.
They sure are. I think that's what they call it in Louisiana.
Yeah, so never no disrespect. It's just what it is. Rob's going for just a chocolate Swiss roll. It's going to be a chiffon sponge covered in a white chocolate bark filled with mascarpone cheese and a double cream filling, which we know because they asked him when he's making it, and he's like, and so dang, did Paul grab it? I think either Prue grabbed the recipe or Paul grabbed it. It was just like, I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you. This is what you're making, baby. Which tells me. the baker, the
They
celebrities,
did not come up with it.
the celebrities ain't doing no kind of work.
No. The way
Like,
you
I'm
described it, it reminded me of like an Oreo.
explain.
Just the cream and the chocolate of it, and then like the bark on top would have given it a little like crunchy texture. I was like, oh, it feels like an Oreo.
Okay. And in that regard, probably like those the holiday Oreos that they dip in white chocolate.
With the white
So
chocolate, yeah.
yeah. Okay. That is, I can understand that. Cool. Lonnie bringing up the rear. She's going for a red velvet cake. Red velvet sponge with cream cheese icing, decorated with raspberries to make it a little pretty.
Put it in my mouth.
Yeah, come on, that's easy. And in fact,
There's a lot of red velvet slander online, and I won't stand for that here. Why would you slander red velvet?
here's this. So it used to be a. I'm going to explain. I'm going to describe it as a cart, a mall cart.
Okay.
Where we all used to work downtown, and she sold slices of red velvet and slices of key lime cake, and they either had nuts on them or they didn't, and those are basically your options: red with nuts, red without, key lime with nuts, key lime without. And years later, I'm at a mall out on the different side of town than I stay at, and I'm like, oh shit, there you are. She had opened up a booth in this case, not so stationary, not mobile like the cart was, and sells red velvet out of there. And I ended up buying a whole red velvet cake some years ago for I think it's Xander's birthday. He was like, yeah, I'll take a red velvet cake for my birthday. From that lady, I ended up just paying the cost. So if she is still open, I would like to get you a slice and or a cupcake. You know what I'm saying, depending on levels, because them big ass, ain't gonna lie, she serve up some big ass slices.
And I'm like, red without key lime with is what my sensibilities are telling me.
Fair. Yeah. And
People say that red velvet is just chocolate cake with red food dye, and I'm like, oh no.
we heard that once, probably on Food Network, when we was far too young to fully grasp it, and we just done stuck to it and held on to it, and it's just not what it is.
No.
There might be a little, not even. I don't taste no cocoa in this lady's red velvet, so it might be there, but it's not present enough to be like, this is making me feel like chocolate. It's not. It's its own thing. It has its own little situation to it. There's if made right, it usually has just I think like a teaspoon of, maybe half a teaspoon of vinegar in it. So there's a
little tang to it.
Yeah, a little zest that I really get down with. A well-made red velvet is far more than a chocolate cake. I don't even like chocolate cake. It's not that I don't like chocolate cake. Chocolate is overwhelming oftentimes.
Yeah.
So I'll take a yellow.
Yes. My favorite cake is yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
Yeah,
I love chocolate cake. But this young lady I know from doing a show, her specialty is a red velvet cake with chocolate frosting. And my God in heaven. Ooh, that thing good.
Well, right on. That's what's up. Let's judge these bakers, these acting bakers. Bakers acting? Who knows? How you ever want to do it? Anthony is up first. Anthony, slightly overbaked and heavy, but very neat. Pecans more crystallized than caramelized, but they taste good. The cake is good. The spice levels are on point. The cream filling cools the spices down in a way that Paul is appreciative of. Proof says, if you make this again, consider chopping them pecans up and put them in the filling. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. That's why you is who you are. You can't give advice like that to regular bakers, you know what I'm saying? But
they would be mad.
Yeah. Susie, the carrot curls look nice. Prue was like, I didn't think you was gonna be able to put that shit. Carrot curls, the little spirals was gonna be too much.
Okay.
Damn, Prue.
I did that by accident.
For real. But they look all right. The inside fillings is spiraling out a bit, but it cuts well, and actually it's really delicious. The sponge is delicious. The filling is very good. The texture's on point. For a gluten-free cake, mind you, we're gonna sprinkle that little bit in there for gluten-free. But this is the part that I was like, this is why I love this show. Susie goes like, man, I'm really proud of myself, and Prue goes, you should be, and I'm like, hell yeah, Dame Prue, look at you, lady. Prue Leaf, y'all, just a treasure. Probably engaged in apartheid, but what was one gonna do? She can't help where she was born. Rob looks all right. Got a nice roll. Paul is stunned Because and then he's like, "Well, we stunned which way? We good or we bad?" And he's like, "No, it's good. It's delicious. Feels good. Sponge is beautifully baked. Just on point, man." And which I liked it. Like that Rob was like, "This is an unexpected twist." I was like, "Bro, if you just follow the instructions, I'm not gonna say you're gonna knock it out of the park every time, but you can be all right. You can be all right."
Right.
Loni, lots of filling. Nearly more filling than cake, which is ain't nothing wrong here with from what I see.
I ain't got no problem.
But of course, the cream cheese is lovely. The red velvet is a little tough, and probably because all the air got knocked out of it. But the flavors are beautiful and work well together. Vanessa brings up the rear here. It has lost some of its spiral, but they like the idea of the coconut. Prue might have to have 6. Hold on. In fact, here, I'm not even going to read it to you. I'm just going to show it to you. Watch this, y'all.
I might just have to have 6 mouthfuls in order to be absolutely certain that it is delicious.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. The Hollywood handshake and the Leaf fork tap.
Bro, she hit her so hard with that fork. She hit her so hard with that fork. Like, rock!
She said, oh. Her chest came in. I was Prue choosing violence, man. I love it.
That's one of them make so good, make you want to smack your mama. In this case, make Prue at least want to smack your ass with a fork. And she sure as shit did.
She looked at her like, girl.
Paul shakes her hand and says, "It's because of your sponge. It's so light. The chocolate layer on the top is just enough to carry a little flavor. The whole thing is great together, but the sponge is king. Well done. One of the best baked sponges he's had in a while, he said."
That's crazy.
It's just like again, just do to do. And she practiced. You can tell she was like, "I definitely got in here. I did my practice," and I'm like, respect it. I look. It's not the same as Dylan's handshakes this season, but also that was fun. Video again. Another TikTok thing is Dylan hanging out with Samaya, picking apples, making apple turnovers. Lovely. The internet just be providing y'all.
Because those TikTok, man.
That was the baby. Oh my God, we just gonna find a variation on the theme. I'm not gonna watch Reels because they always was like 6 weeks behind. I don't think it's gonna get no better.
Yeah,
So
I hate Reels.
Somebody got to just come up with a
American TikTok.
Tuck or something. Call that
Knock knock.
Knock knock. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So that is what's up with our. That was our signature, my folk. Let's go on to the next.
Technical challenge has been set by Paul. His advice to them is all the information they need is laid out in their recipe. They should just take their time and read it carefully. The technical challenge is 4 mini New York style cheesecakes covered in sliced strawberries with piped cream and gold coins. They have 2 hours.
Man, I don't understand the gold coin part of this, but everything else kind of made sense. Like, what the like? Do you think we putting coins on top of our cheesecake in America? Because we're not. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus, they got the whole recipe. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a technical, but only in name only. and,
Right.
And I guess they probably didn't get to practice it. So I guess
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, giving them everything they need to do is still, but like again, that's where the celebrity ones kind of sway from. You know what though? Who did I watch? David Schwimmer was on their fight for cancer bake off in England maybe a year or two back, and he ended up really being a kind of a good baker, and not like you're a good celebrity baker. Like, no, you know your stuff, man. I kind of appreciate you out here on this journey. So some of these dudes come in there because they'll be fans of the show and they're like, let me impress these
Right.
people who I am impressed by, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. So
I think that like this crop of bakers, with the exception of this Showstopper challenge, they did surprisingly well. Like the signature challenge was great.
Yeah, and even this is reasonable, and the mistakes are fixable. Like
It's just like not mashing down the cracker in the tin. Like that's a rookie mistake. That's something you don't know if you don't bake.
Yeah, exactly. You know what it is? They given the instructions. They make stuff. Not really much to tell you about it. So, what was interesting to me about this process is they had to make graham crackers.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, get the what out of Dodge. There's no way. That is what made this particular technical to me, because it's like, most times you should go, it's a box of graham cracker comes in my cabinet right now because I want to make a cheesecake here at some point. But guess what? I bought them hoes in crumb form.
Yeah.
I never would have thought, let me bake some up and then blitz them down. But that is exactly what they had them do, which was pretty interesting to me. So I kind of like that.
There's so little baking in the actual cheesecake. Like you could do an entire cheesecake without baking anything at all.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice little touch that they made them bake that.
That's true. Because you can't do the no bake up. So that's right. All right. Loni is up first. The biscuit base is soft because it wasn't pressed down in the tin. And hot when the cream went on. So, in fact, they took a bite. They're like, actually, it's kind of still warm now. Which, again, they must be filming this just quicker than they do for the regular Bake Off, because, of course, that shit sits around on regular Bake Off. So for these people, for it to be still warm, that means they bad boys did come out the oven, and they was like, let's go.
I imagine there are some union rules.
Oh, yeah, all these people are, well, I mean, they're in a different country, and I wonder how rules apply.
I think that they probably have the same SAG over there. Huh. Well, not SAG. Sorry, it would be AFTRA.
Yeah.
And I don't need to do a Google, but I think in the UK.
Because if your union, I guess, representation carries with you all over the globe, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess that, so they have a different union over there, but just your union work would apply anywhere you work. So the production probably has to use the SAG-AFTRA acts and rules and all that too.
Fair. It's probably some acting guild of some sort over there.
It's just called Equity.
Okay, so there you go.
The Actors Guild of Great Britain.
I knew it was gonna be a guild because they wouldn't call it a union per se. A guild is a sweet ass name. Rushed but tastes good. To which Paul replies, "Great recipe." And then Prue smacks him like, "Great," because of course he wrote the recipe. It's Paul's recipe. Of course, it's a great recipe. Job so and so. Vanessa, a disaster. Clearly dropped. And Paul goes, from what looks like 10 foot. 10 foot up. I'm like, wow, bruh. But the bake isn't too bad. Not chilled properly, but the flavor is all right. Every one of these tastes good, y'all. Nope, not anybody fucked up that part of it. These all taste good. Like, well, bruh, it's cream cheese and sugar. It ain't really much you can do to go wrong here. Rob, probably not chilled. The cream is liquid. It's underbaked. But of course, lovely flavor.
It was like soup just pouring out.
Yeah, it was bad. Susie, they look all right. Decoration's good. The gold on the coins, well baked. Nice ratio, base to top. Not bad. The base is a little chewy.
She was the New Yorker who was like, I'm going to make this goddamn cheesecake.
For sure. Anthony brings up the rear here. Looks pretty good. And in fact, to Prue, looks very good. Beautiful, smooth. Base is crispy rather than chewy. Texture is nice. Beautiful and smooth. A very good crust. Lovely base to it. I mean, I like that. Like I said, that's actually two for Anthony. If you think about it, like I said, his signature is really good.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's rank him. Rob comes in last. Rob, it was pouring liquid all over the place, and that's really your problem. That's your problem, dude. Loni came fourth, and I kind of get why, but I kind of give like, she probably third, but whatever. But the base is really soggy, but it tastes really good. So, again, she didn't press down the base enough to give it a solid base, as it were. Vanessa, not too bad. Base was getting there. Probably just needed longer to chill. Susie, really delicious. Cooled enough for the decoration to work. The base not as crisp as the winner, though. And the winner, of course, is Anthony. Better of the group. Base a little burnt, but beautifully crisp. Married beautifully with the cheesecake. And the decoration was quite nice. Boom. Did everything you're supposed to do. Man. I mean, look. It's cheesecake, y'all. Now, I'm going to attempt my hand at my first baked cheesecake. Probably this weekend. And so I got all what I need and so forth and so on. And I'm excited to try it. But also at the same time, I'm like, it's going to work. Had the springform pan that I got at a yard sale forever ago. It's like one of the first things, like early in me and Vanessa's dating life, like before she lived here, we went to a yard sale. And it's like just been sitting in the top of my cabinet forever. I bought it from people who never took it out of the box when they bought it.
Wow.
And I'm like, all right, one of us got to use this thing. And then the other day, Mackenzie was showing how she bakes stuff in a springform. She like, I hate wrapping my pan in foil, and was basically showing how she does it. Basically, like, look, put it in another pan, and then put the bain marie, the water bath, underneath in a whole another pan. I'm like, thank you for that little bit of guidance that you didn't know you were giving me, but you were giving it to me right when I needed it. So that's probably what I'm going to do, as opposed to wasting a bunch of foil to foil wrap up the springform pan.
Right.
But
I love cheesecake.
so do I. So I'm like, why am I not making it? So, and then I got the Christian trick of, basically put the spoon in the oven and let the heat leave the oven slowly, so hopefully it don't crack. So I'm very excited. I'll let you see. I'll of course send you a picture of the result.
Yes.
But let's wrap it up with this one. Then.
The Showstopper Challenge is a 3D cookie scene that depicts an iconic winter vacation. The judges ask that they work with at least 24 pieces of cookie, and they can use any flavor that they want. The cookies just have to be firm enough to stand on their own. They have 3.5 hours.
Okay, but on the real, were you at all Showstopper?
No. I also was like, this don't look like 24 pieces of cookie. It was like one.
Not
big
one.
Little ones.
I'm like, y'all is lying if y'all trying to use 24. No, not at all. I think Anthony might have come the closest. They do a password. I'm like, okay, I can count those down. 1, 2, 3, 4, X, whatever. But that's about as near as it got. And let's say he had about maybe 16.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's me being very generous. So
yeah.
No. Basically that 24 was it was what we would like, but nobody's gonna force an issue on this one. I was not Showstopper at all either. Not because of their output. It's just the very idea of it was just kind of boring to me.
Right.
I don't know what I would have wanted them to do.
A gingerbread house.
Well, that's pretty much what this is.
Yeah.
So, but Rob was going
do a set from something that you've been on.
That's true. That could be fun. But then I don't know. Then it's it's legal. Like,
trying to do winter theme, and I think that's where it got.
Yeah.
Just having like a big ass cake.
Yeah, or just like a three layer something other than try to decorate that shit. It'd be funny to see y'all try to, because again, Anthony's decorating was really on point, so he might have been the one.
Was good.
Yeah. Rob is going for a cookie ski chalet. Speculoos spiced cookie as the building material, decorated royal icing. All these are going to be just like that, baby. It's cookie, decorated royal icing. Nobody really stepped outside that little comfort zone. Loni is going for Loni's Love. It's a lemon cookie structure. It's going to be decorated with royal icing. The idea I thought was pretty neat. She was talking about how when she was younger, she didn't get to travel. And when she finally did get to travel, she went to Paris and got to see the Louvre and was really taken by it, forgive me. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Vanessa's going for Lemon Palm Island. It's going to be lemon sugar cookies decorated with lemon royal icing. So racks, lemons on lemons on lemons. Anthony's going for a Compton Christmas lights. And I want y'all to know something. When I sat there and watched it as I was writing notes this afternoon, I was like, Compton is having a year. Just, like, I got to respect it. You making it all over the place right now. So respect it.
We need to come up out of retirement. Come on,
He explains how his dad used to basically compete for Christmas lights with his neighbor across the street. I think that's pretty fun and funny. Vanilla sugar cookie as the structure, which will be decorated with royal icing. Susie's going for a Miami hotel. Gluten-free gingerbread structure, royal icing here, but here's where you get a little twist, and blue piping gel for the pool of the hotel. She told a story about how she would, at wintertime, she'd go down and kick it with her grandma. Her and her sister would go down there and hang out down in Miami. And I was like, that's nice. They're like snowbirds, you know what I'm saying? Got out of New York for the winter and hung in Miami. And so these are the structures everybody's intending to build from Cookie. To varying levels of success, I'll just say.
Yeah.
Ooh, good Lord. Let's judge them. Anthony, they like the scene. It's actually very neat. The cookies are far too soft and underbaked. They're nice sugar cookies. It's a pity everything has to lay down flat because as he had actually built it. It was very sound how he built it. I was like, oh, he built some supports, and I was like, yeah, this all makes sense. But at some point, it just cracked and fell over because, of course, they're not baked hard enough. And I think that's an American sensibility on how long to bake cookies. We like our cookies a little soft, chewy situation, but it's like, I need these. You got to fry these hoes hard when you're trying to build with them.
He was like, it was an earthquake, which I thought was pretty funny.
Solid gag that is poorly timed because we don't have like 3 earthquakes in America recently.
Right.
one up around where Nick from that caused a tsunami warning. So I was like,
not where I'm from. It was in Eureka, which is much closer to the Oregon border. But the tsunami warning came all the way down to the
yeah. So,
but that's kind of like a precautionary thing. With an earthquake above a certain size, they do have to do that.
Don't let no tsunami come. The idea of a tsunami seems just vague and foreign, but it's like, no, that could happen because that's what goes down with earthquakes. Like, what?
It can, but just like in all my years of living in California, even with like very large earthquakes, there were no tsunamis, but it's possible.
Hey, we don't play the Pacific, y'all.
Right.
Okay? Right. Lonnie's up next. Doesn't scream the Louvre necessarily.
Zach was like, I've never been to the Louvre, so as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that is the Louvre. Once again, the cookie is soft. It needed longer in the oven. Could have done with more lemon, but Prue actually said, but thinks that it's actually pretty delicious. So I love that Prue can always find the positive. She's been doing just the circuit because she got that book coming out, so she's been on a lot of American programs. So I'm just like, thanks, Prue Leaf. Vanessa, the general design is lovely. The color's nice. It's well executed. It's a pretty good biscuit. Would have liked more lemon, but a good texture in the cookie. Susie, the biscuit is delicious. Smaller pieces are baked beautifully. The bigger pieces, not so much. But a decent job overall. Rob, I gotta say, it isn't decorated to its best.
No.
But it held.
Mm-hmm.
It basically met the brief.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they say impressive. Could have used more decoration, but the spice level is delicious. A beautiful biscuit. The bake is exceptional. The spice levels are perfect. The scene was a bit rudimentary, but the flavor is spectacular. Lovely and well done.
He got one.
Yeah, for sure. But alas, not enough to get over. And like you would have saw it, you would have been like, yeah, I can see why. It's a rushed hand. Y'all know how I feel about decorating while shit is standing in 3D space. You can't do it. It's gonna make for a bad decoration process for you. Mm-hmm. Just lay it down, decorate it, and put it up. But then I don't know. And I ain't building these mugs, and they did, so I got to put some respect on their name.
Yes.
Your star baker was Miss Vanessa Bayer. I could see that.
I could make a case for Anthony if his showstopper had not fallen down.
And I think they said the same thing. Basically, like he left it in the oven longer. Anthony would have been the one. So
because the whole point of it was the bake on the cookie, and he did not execute that well.
But they do this like this close. They do a little close pass over his decoration. All his decorations were really well done. He should be decorating cookies probably for somebody's little gift basket during the holidays or something because he did really well. Mm-hmm. So got to give it up to him. Like he was the best decorator amongst this complement of bakers, and probably one of the better bakers actually when it's all said and done. Mm-hmm. But alas, Miss Bear, who's pretty funny, y'all. There. Came through and did the thing. So I would highly suggest you watch this during the holiday season. Again, it's free on the Roku channel. Don't cost you nothing. Watch it on a computer that has a what you call it, ad blocker. No, won't even get a commercial. So it's much easier when I edit it because I do all this over here, and I'm like, not a commercial inside. Although the selection of commercials I got pretty good, all based around Sam's Club. Yeah. And at one point, is Casey saying, hey, click OK on your remote and you can buy all the stuff you need to make this cake right here. And I was like, that's the motherfucking future. Yeah. That's kind of cool that you can do that.
They do that on Roku quite a bit because I was watching like this, I guess. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is interesting.
I don't know. I dig it. So I don't have a Sam's Club membership.
Other stuff too, like whatever the commercial is. Click OK, or here's our QR. You can buy this right now.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I don't want to be just buying shit on my TV because once I become that means I become that person. Like, I've only bought one thing in TikTok Shop, and it's dumb. It's just dumb, and I actually got it for Vanessa for Christmas. And it's like just when Christmas passed, I'll tell you all about it. It's the stupidest thing, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta buy
that." Yeah, I had a little run on the TikTok Shop. I had to be like, "No more." I had a nice little run.
The company that I bought it from constantly hit me up like, "Hey man, we sell other things. Don't you want to get that?" Like, no, I do not.
Don't you want to review this thing that you bought?
I don't, and I'm also not doing that because I have no idea if it's good or not. It has never been opened, so. Right. Sorry, y'all. I can't do nothing with it. But that is what we do. And this is it, y'all. We done for a stretch now, okay?
For a little
I am going to get back with, because me and Charlie was talking about, we got to get our bear show going again. Time. We'll see what the new year brings me. If I can get it going, hopefully in January, and start getting stuff out, then maybe you'll have that to get us between here and the next round of Great American Baking Show. No guarantees, just telling you it's a goal. But please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. Go subscribe to us over on the old YouTube if you're so inclined. Apparently we can put video up on Spotify if we are so inclined. I don't know why I would, but I guess we can. So
interesting.
Maybe. But I'm not overly concerned about that, but it's an option that might if, you know what, let me know if you think, hey man, I don't want to have to go to another app to watch what you guys are doing, then maybe I'll be convinced to put it up on Spotify. Right now I'm simply not. I'll put the audio up there and it does fine. Let's see, podcast at sagescrunchymoke.com is the email address you want to hit us up at. Our phone number is 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. And hear from you we had. And speaking of which, we have a comment over on YouTube. And I thought it was a fun one. And it is from Robert Stanley 9633. It's my first time watching The Great British Bake Off. I enjoyed watching this season. You picked the right one to come in on, bruh. Tell you that right now.
You did.
I hope they are all this way going forward so you don't ever have to experience anything less than this greatness. I enjoyed watching this season. It's such a great feel-good TV show. Never thought crying after watching The Great British Bake Off would be on my 2024 bingo card. Shout out to Nick, Jew, and Reggie from What's the Tea podcast for the recommendation.
Yay.
That's what's up, y'all. People, we did it. We have wrapped an entire 2024 of this very program, and I think we've had a good time. And I'm grateful for all of you for getting down with us, listening and watching, and so forth and so on, as we have worked and developed and done even more now. Look at this background. Look at this scenery. Look at that snowiness. That's some shit I had to figure out how to do. Literally tonight, I had to figure out how to do it, but I knew it was there, so I just had to find out how to get it up. But like I said, we do video now. We do all kinds of little interesting, I don't know, visual panache. I think we add to it, really making the show worth your watching if you were so inclined to do it like that. Like I said, I have been listening to this podcast called the Player One Podcast, video game podcast, for years, and he said something today was like, yeah, you can watch the video. You know, we do. I'm like, y'all have been doing video forever. They've been doing, and I was like, why don't I go and just watch y'all do it on video? And I did. All of a sudden, I just turned the podcast off, turned on YouTube, and watched the rest of listen to the rest of the podcast, and watch them show stuff off. Nice. So if that's how your brain works, where you're like, if I can see what they're talking about, why would I not? Plus, you can see, look, there's hats on my table. There's a bust of cable. There's a tiny boom box that actually works. There's stuff going on behind me.
I was gonna unblur because I added my Christmas lights to my other light, but yeah, I don't need to see my house.
But look, it's Christmas lights right there. See them?
Yeah. See them?
Thank you, Nic, so very much for all that you do for us.
Thank you. This is a lot of fun. You know, I look forward to this every Bake Off.
Facts. It's a delight. It's enjoyment. If something, like I said, if something pops up in the meantime, you know, Frank will email us, but also Nic will be like, y'all, we need to be watching this, and I'll be like, yes, all right.
I have a suggestion. I'm not suggesting the entire series, but it's a one-off of that Chef's Table show on Netflix. Kwame. I always mess up his last name. It's not a competition show, so it would be an interesting thing for us to, because it's a different format.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be, you know, Kwame. He was on Top Chef. He also, like, I'm low-key obsessed with him. He opened up a couple of restaurants here in DC. He's got one in New York now called Tatiana.
Onuwachi?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know if that's an Onu. I actually just added a letter that is not there. So it's Onuwachi. So it's how it's spelled. That's not how I pronounce it. And you know what? Had a whole Wikipedia. It probably will give me a Onwachi. Okay. Kwame Onwachi.
Third syllable.
Yeah.
I think you said it close the first time. But watch it and see how you feel about it. If you want to talk about it, it's very compelling.
See what you got better than that. It's much more compelling stuff. There you go. Shouts out to my man Ant. You know what I'm saying? Word to him. Hopefully he'll be back the next time we do some stuff. And if not, it's okay too. It's all good. Ant is out here. He was just been, and if you are behind the Anthony wall, tons of pictures of his baby the last few days. Mm-hmm. It's a delight.
And hopefully y'all can, as soon as I find a box to send you this stuff, there might be some wee tries if y'all have a little time for that.
You got better than that there, you know what I'm saying? That's Nic Jew. She is the host of What's the Tea. She's also a hostess, but still.
On hiatus.
When it's there, it'll be there.
Yeah.
And also, it's a whole backlog you can go listen to right now of that show. It ain't like it's not available.
We did pause the Patreon, but yes, our backlog is available.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? I am the Internet Saver 713. Bake with us again next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.